Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cindy, and as you can see back here, I have a huge LV haul for you. This is part 2 of my LV Cherry Blossom unboxing. If you haven't already watched the first part, I posted last week. That was everything that I got from the pre-access online launch on the 14th. I was able to score a few things. And then the day after I posted that video, the collection reached the stores, certain stores, not all the stores. It was only like 6 or 7. And I was shockingly able to get almost every single thing on my wish list. So I have the majority of the items here, but definitely stay tuned for a part 3 because there are a few bigger ticket items that are either still pending or that have already shipped and are on the way. Spoiler alert, I was able to get luggage and I'm so excited to share that with you. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. If you also were waiting for a multicolor restock, I posted on my Instagram. There was a huge restock on the 21st and I posted it to my Instagram stories, and some of you messaged that you were able to order it. So make sure you also follow me on Instagram at Heated Mess, and also on my TikTok at Heated Mess. I post to both of those whenever there is a sale or a restock of something that's very limited edition, or any kind of a gift with purchase or discount or something. I always post to my Instagram stories first, so make sure you follow me on there. But today I wanted to unbox with you the majority of my Cherry Blossom haul that I got from the in-store drop. And if you haven't already watched the first part, the star of the show was the LV travel fragrance case in the Cherry Blossom. This was something that was on my wish list for years. I was just waiting for it to come in, I wanted it in a colorful design or a limited edition pattern. I really wanted the LV fragrance travel case to house my, fragrances. I thought it would look very pretty on my vanity or on my fragrance shelf, because more than bags, more than shoes, I am a huge fragrance junkie. I have a huge fragrance collection. I like to rotate through different fragrances, and I especially wanted the travel fragrance case because whenever I have a trip planned, one of the first things I add to my packing list is the fragrance I plan on bringing with me. So I like to think about the destination, the occasion, the duration, and I always bring at least 1 or 2 fragrances on my trip. And if it's a special occasion trip, also sometimes I like to buy a new fragrance while I'm on the trip, and then I use it through the duration of the vacation so that when I come home, I can use that fragrance later on and I can just think of all the memories that I had on the trip. So I like to mix it up. But one thing about me is, unless it's a very long trip and I am definitely planning on bringing a checked bag, I am for the most part strictly a carry-on girl, especially for those very short weekend getaway trips. I don't like to bring a checked bag. I try to fly carry-on only. And with carry-on bags, because you are limited with your liquids, I don't bring a full-size fragrance bottle with me. I usually bring 1 or 2 or 3 travel TSA friendly fragrance vials. So I have some exciting new travel friendly fragrances to share with you, and I've already thrown it here in my LV fragrance case. Look at that little happy cherry blossom at the top. These new fragrances were sent to me by ScentBird, and this video is very generously sponsored by ScentBird. ScentBird is a great and affordable way to try out from over 900 different fragrances. They come packaged in this very convenient travel-friendly case. I love the locking mechanism at the top that prevents the fragrance from spilling or spraying inside of your travel bag, and the case is nice and sturdy so that you can just throw this in your pocket or your carry-on bag or your day pack, and you don't have to worry about it leaking or spilling or breaking. It pops open like this, and you can see that you get a very generous amount of juice here. It's about 0.27 ounces, so it's about a 30-day supply, which is great because you really need a decent amount, especially if you're trying out a new fragrance. You really need to test it out and see how it works on your body chemistry throughout the day at different locations, and if you're doing different activities or different climates, it can wear differently. And this one I already actually own the full size. It is the Montal Paris Roses Musk. This has notes of rose, jasmine, ambergris, and musk. I would describe this as a very sweet, almost sugary rose floral. I would probably wear this on a evening or a date night out. This is a very deep, intense rose scent. So if during the trip we are going out for the evening, then I will bust this out. But I love that I have this very convenient travel size because, again, I don't want to bring the full size bottle with me. And then the second perfume, I also own the full size. This is from the brand, it's either Roja or Roja. I pronounce it Roja because I feel like it's Spanish, Roja, but I see everyone pronounce it Roja. This is the Elysium Parfum, and first of all, look how pretty the bottle is, the full size. It matches my nails. I love the iridescent bottle and the little iridescent gem on the cap. But again, if I'm going on vacation, I don't want to bring this very heavy as beautiful as it is, I don't want to bring it with me on my trip. So I'm glad that I have the travel size, very convenient and small ScentBird version. Elysium has notes of mandarin, peach, peony, violet, and musk. And I would describe this as a summery, beachy, floral fragrance. This is something that I would wear on a summer vacation if I'm going to the beach. Usually for a summer vacation, I'm going somewhere beachy, tropical, sunny, you know, aquatic. And this is something that is very light, fresh, and floral that I could wear during the day. And then it would pair well with my nighttime fragrance. And then the third fragrance from ScentBird is from the brand Glasshouse Fragrances. It's called Sunsets in Capri. And this is new to me. This one has notes of mandarin, peach, lily, amber, and musk. It's described as an energizing citrus floral fragrance to rouse the senses. Notes of mandarin and white peach ally with jasmine and a fresh marine accord to set the scene for the magical moment the sun kisses the sea. So again, for a spring break or a beachy summer vacation, I think these two pair really well together. And I have the very convenient little travel cases. And if you aren't sure of what your favorite fragrance profile is, ScentBird offers a convenient quiz that you can take online where you can kind of give the notes or just the vibes that you like, and then they will recommend certain fragrances that they think you might like. So if there isn't a specific fragrance you want to try out, then you can just kind of plug in the notes that you like and they will shoot out some recommendations. ScentBird is also a great way to try out a new fragrance that you've been meaning to try, but you don't want to yet invest in a full-size bottle, because if you're familiar with fragrances, a lot of the designer and niche fragrance bottles can retail for well into the hundreds, $200 or $300. And so instead of jumping in and buying a full-size bottle, you can go ahead and try out the ScentBird version. I believe the subscription starts at $17. So before investing in what could be hundreds of dollars for a full-size bottle, you can try it out with ScentBird for just a fraction of the price. It's generally a good idea to rotate out through different fragrances rather than stick with one fragrance for months or years, because you can become nose blind to a scent where you just literally don't smell it anymore, and then you end up kind of overspraying and overpowering everyone around you. So it's a good idea to switch out your fragrances every so often and keep your nose on its toes. So I'm looking forward to bringing my ScentBird fragrances with me on my upcoming trip, housed here in my LV travel fragrance case. And you also get a little dust bag for your ScentBird fragrance in addition to the sturdy case. So you don't have to have an LV travel fragrance case. You can definitely just bring the ScentBird case along with the ScentBird dust bag and just throw it in your carry-on. I just love how these ScentBird travel cases match my LV fragrance travel case. So if you're interested in trying out ScentBird, you can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can click on my link in the description below. You can also use my coupon code to save 55% off at ScentBird. You get free delivery and a free, very cute little travel case. And with the 55% off, you'll be getting the fragrance for only $8, which is such a steal. I'm so excited to bring these ScentBird fragrances with me on my trip in my beautiful new LV travel fragrance case without having to bring a very expensive fragrance bottle with me. Hey guys, I'm coming to you the next day. I had some events with my kids that kind of ran late. On a side note, both my older boys now have their black belt in Taekwondo. But the good news is, in the interim, I did finally get one of the big pieces that I was waiting for from the luggage collection. So I'm looking at it off to the side because it doesn't fit back here, but I have it symbolized with the 2 Murakami bags that I got from my entire haul collectively. So let's just jump into the unboxing because I've been so excited to share this with you, starting with this right here. I did unbox everything just because I need to make sure that everything's okay. Since the multicolor trainer incident where they sent me a pair of used sneakers, I just had to always unbox things, but then I, do my best to wrap it up for you as I received it. So this small box right here did come with the little Murakami ribbon. We have the panda charm, and this one did not have any stickers. Also, I saw some people said that if they didn't get these shopping bags, which I didn't get any shopping bags, by the way, these shopping bags were sent to me from my lovely Saks client advisor, Jose. I'll tag him below. He very generously sent me the 2 shopping bags because none of my orders came with them. But some people were successfully able to contact customer service and request it. I tried to do that, but they just completely flat out said no, that if they didn't include it, they ran out. Sometimes the orders come with ribbons and the charm, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have stickers, sometimes they don't. But they said they're not taking any requests to ship out the packaging separately, even if you did order something from the Murakami collection. So, oh well. Anyway, all that said, here is my small box here. It is one of the little Textiles, which is a big clue, maybe. But we have the ribbon, the little panda charm. And oop, there it is. So this one did come with plain white tissue paper. You have the LV sticker. And this first item, I was so excited because I just love this cherry blossom print on the classic brown monogram, because again, you have the happy little faces. So you have the, this is the BB Bandeau, by the way. This retails for $240. And then I put the prices here. So the cherry blossom BB Bandeau, just like the multicolor, retails for $240. And then in the plain, like if you just get a plain BB Bandeau, they retail for $210. It has the plain monogram with the little fuchsia tip on one side, and then the other side has the cherry blossom. You have this tag here, which it tells you to cut. I try to leave these on like the larger textiles, but you really need to cut it off of here. So I need to figure out some kind of organization system to keep these tags just in case, because it does say on here the Louis Vuitton Murakami collection. And then if you are curious, there is a QR code and the style number. I did pick up some of the multicolor textiles. Spoiler, oops, I haven't even unboxed that yet because they just came in. But for bags, like for leather, I always put Apple Guard. I always spray with Apple Guard to protect it from stains, you know, watermarks and everything. For textiles, I'm considering spraying these with Scotch Guard. I've done that successfully with fabric bags like the Dior book tote, and then with the LV fabric strap of the LV bags, like the multicolor or the multi Pochette Accessoires bag that comes with a fabric strap. And I've sprayed that with Scotch Guard. That's what protects fabric. So let me know what you guys do to protect your textiles from stains. I also saw on a TikTok, I think it's the Dubai or Emirates Airlines, I forget what the airline is, where they wear scarves. The flight attendants spray it, because it's a lighter colored scarf, they spray it with hairspray to prevent stains. So they spray it with hairspray, and that prevents stains from, you know, rubbing off on the scarf. So we'll see if I do that. But anyway, that is the BB Bandeau in the brown. Next up, we have this box, which is Deceiving. It's this, you know, box that they usually use for small leather goods. This came with the little onion head man charm. You have the Murakami ribbon. And let's go ahead. I'll show you how this was packaged. And this one did have the special little multicolor packaging. I feel like it would have been so cute if they had different packaging and tissue paper and stuff for the cherry blossom collection, and then again for the cerises, but that's okay. So it has the LV Murakami sticker, and then we have, to match my bandeau, the scarf 70, also in the brown, with the same cherry blossoms but larger. So here is the scarf 70. They call it the car 70. So this is a little smaller than the multicolor car 90. This is 70 centimeters. There is the LV on the corner. This scarf retails for $410 versus if you just get the regular, like a plain color or solid color, these usually retail for $370. You get a $40 markup for the cherry blossom, but I'm so glad I got these two because I've shared my like vintage cherry blossom collection in my first video. I don't have any scarves from this collection or any textiles or bags. I only have shoes from the original cherry blossom, like the vintage collection. In the promo pics, Zendaya ties this around as a top. I have to try it out. I don't know if this will fit around my bust, but there's ways where you can kind of hack this into a shirt or like a halter top if you can, you know, you double this up, or if you put like a chain around and tie that on one end, and then you can tie the other ends as a scarf. So I'll play around with it, but let me know what you guys do with this. You can also wrap this around the handles of your bag, just like the BB Bandeau, but then it's just, you know, more material. So that is the scarf 70 in the brown monogram. And then moving right along, I will go onto this side. We have another long flat box. For this box, we got the Murakami ribbon and then the onion head man. And then in the first video, I mentioned that my first cherry blossom haul where I unboxed 4 pieces, those were all from the pre-access online, like early access launch. All of these items that I'm unboxing in this video, these are all the things that I was able to order in store. So I didn't actually go in store, but it was through client advisors. And again, with the Cherry Blossom, they only were in 6 or 7 select stores within North America. And fortunately, I was able to place a couple orders. So the brown textiles, the bandeau, and then the scarf, these were my like primary. It was on my first order, my top 4 items. And then I was able to place a second order, and I was able to get this. So here's the box. We have this very long box, but then this very small Murakami tissue paper. And if you can guess what I got the same BB bandeau in the pink color. So this is called Rose. And you have the same design, but in the lighter pink background with the same cherry blossoms, the same fuchsia. Here's the brown and then the pink. And the other side is the plain pink monogram. I didn't do a video of the entire cherry blossom collection, but if you saw the collection that was available, a lot of people were criticizing that there were only a couple bags available in the pink. I prefer the brown monogram because I just feel like it really pops. The pink cherry blossoms really pop off of that brown background. But I thought it would be nice to have the matching bandeau. So I'm so glad I was able to grab the same BB bandeau in brown and pink. And then the 4th item is right here. This came just like this. We have the same Murakami ribbon. We just have the plain gift tag, but I feel like you might know where this is going. So this was the second order that I was able to place, and I got the scarf 70, also in pink, to go along with the brown scarf 70. So now I have both textiles, so both textiles, the scarf 70 and the bandeau in both brown and pink. And maybe I will pull a full Zendaya, tie these two together and make a top. Probably not, but we'll see. But I'm just so excited to have this. So I mentioned initially when I was unboxing this about spraying the Scotch Guard or something like a protective spray to protect the textile, and you might have been like, why do you care, like it's brown? It's because I was able to get the pink ones, and because obviously this is a lighter color, I really don't want this to get any mark. I feel like I saw an unboxing of either, I don't know if it was the multicolor or the cherry blossom lighter color textile, where the girl was unboxing it and she like flipped it up. Within the first minute of her unboxing, you know, as she was like opening it up, it flipped into her face, and her lip gloss immediately stained the scarf, and she was, you know, like, oh my gosh. And that's always a big concern for girls. If you wear makeup, you know, you don't want it to get on these lighter color scarves, because the care instructions, I'm pretty sure it says mild professional dry cleaning. Okay, so yeah, I'm like, who's getting everything dry cleaned? So you can always get this dry cleaned if you want. I use Dryel personally, but for stains, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I hope that these don't get stained, because I just think these are so adorable. So I don't know, I'm gonna play around with these and see how I plan on wearing the scarves. The bandeaus, I probably will, I mean, oh my God, you can do so many things with this. You can tie this around your hair. With the BB bandeau, you can tie it around as a headband. You can tie it around as like a ponytail, scrunchy situation. You can tie it around your wrists as a bracelet. A lot of people usually get the bandeaus and treat it like an Hermes twilly and tie it around the handles of their handbags. So we'll see, but I just love that I was able to get both colors in the bandeau and the scarves. Okay, enough with the scarves. Let's move on to some bags finally, although I don't know if this is, well, anyway, I'll just show you. So for this item, we have this small little box. We have the Murakami ribbon. This came with the flower hat man. So I got the trifecta with the cherry blossom order. They did include a set of stickers. So if you have watched my multicolor unboxings, they usually include this with a Murakami order. You have the little envelope, and then it's just a set of all the little stickers. So of all the items I got, I just got the one set of stickers. I'm actually surprised they still have this. I don't know if they're still producing it, because why wouldn't they just give these out until they completely run out? Anyway, here it is. Let's go ahead and unbox this. Now this item, whew, this was my number one. This was my number one priority get from this collection. And I was so excited that I was able to, you know, successfully order this in my first cherry blossom order, but no packaging, but that's okay. Can you guys guess what I got based on the shape and the size? I got the Pochette Accessoires in the cherry blossom. And here it is in all its glory. They have the little lock. And I just realized, I don't know why they have this lock on here because it's not locking anything in place. And then I don't even know where to put the keys in here, but that's okay. I love that this has this chain here, and the chain is very heavy duty. In between the links, you have the Louis Vuitton nail head that says the name Louis Vuitton, and it's on both sides. And I love how it's individually wrapped in like a tape or plastic. So I mean, maybe I'll do an ASMR unboxing and remove all the plastic, but I just love this. The Pochette accessory was one of the number one bags that people really wanted in the pink monogram. In the original collection, I know that this was a big feature in the pink monogram in the movie Mean Girls. Regina George, she wears this on her shoulders, and there's like this iconic scene where everyone's fighting in the hallways of the school, and she has her little, you know, pink pochette accessory. But yeah, unfortunately, they didn't make it in pink, but I'm glad I was able to get it in the brown. So we have the interior with the same Sakura baby pink interior, like micro suede. You have the Murakami stamp on the tag there that shows the collection and the little icons. That's the box for the lock. And then you have one slip pocket. At the top here, you have the vachetta leather with the same iconic bow as the original, but then they add the lock. The one change they did make is, again, to go with the little rivets, or they call it nail. I think it's supposed to be nail heads, like hardware. They have nail heads here, and it's also on the back. And then you have the vachetta leather piping, and I love that they have the cherry blossoms even placed along the sides, and a big one on the bottom there, up along the sides. Look at that. And then you have the little falling petals all around. I love this design. Okay, very cute. I don't remember if the original had the double stitched accessory shoulder strap. The original, like original before they redesigned the original Pochette accessory. With the original Pochette accessory, because this was just designed to be an accessory pouch, it wasn't intended to be worn as a shoulder bag. The shoulder strap, you know, the shoulder strap, the little leather strap that comes with it, it's really meant to be a wristlet strap or just a strap you were supposed to attach within the D-ring of another bag, like another tote bag. So the leather strap on the original Pochette would sometimes separate or fray or just break. And so when they redesigned it, they, you know, double stitched the strap. But I don't know if the original Cherry Blossom, because they knew people would be wearing that as a bag, if they kind of did the same kind of double stitching. So very cute. Once again, I do plan on protecting the vachetta leather with Apple Guard. I've already done it to my multicolor bags and they look amazing. I always plan on treating the natural vachetta leather of all my LV bags with Apple Guard. It's to prevent water stains and watermarks and just kind of staining in general. There's also a sticker on the little lock hardware. And this Pochette accessory was made in Italy. Okay, I'm so excited I was able to get this. So very exciting Pochette accessory in the Cherry Blossom, my #1 priority bag. And I'm so glad I was able to snatch it up in my first in-store order. The Pochette accessory in this Cherry Blossom collection retails for $2,100 versus if you were to purchase this in the regular monogram. That one currently retails, I can't believe how much it retails for. The monogram, the regular monogram collection Pochette accessory retails for $1,550. You guys, I remember, I'm so old. I remember when this was $275, the monogram. And now it's $1,550, and this is $2,100. And then this box here is the largest box up here on the couch. This one just came in the plain packaging, the blue ribbon. the gift tag we have here. I will admit that this was not my priority, but I'm glad that I got it because I plan on using it, and this does kind of fill a hole in my collection. So this is it. No tissue paper, but if you can guess based on the shape and the size, I got the Cherry Blossom Nice Mini. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I love this. So I'm a huge fan of the entire Nice collection. I have the full size, the original full size Nice vanity before they redesigned it. That was from when I was an LV employee. Check out my bag videos. I show the whole like inside and out, but it's a piece that I actually used. I carried all my toiletries, my skincare, my makeup in it. And then, when did I get this? 5 or so years ago, I got the Nice BB. And this one I use more frequently for my travels. This has a different, actually, I don't think this one came with a luggage stamp. I just included this from another bag. And I have the little Vivienne. I think this was from the Rodeo store where they hot stamped it. But you can see, look at the vachetta. Isn't that such a beautiful color? It has patinaed beautifully. And here is the new very light colored vachetta on the new Nice Mini. So I can't wait for this to turn into this beautiful honey color. But I love this size, specifically the BB size. I like that I can keep full size products in here. I still have some stuff in here for my latest trip, but you can see I throw in a lot of stuff in here. I have an organizer to keep it all organized. This one has a zip pocket at the top. And then I bought the Nice Nano, and I never used that. So I actually ended up selling it recently. So since I sold the Nice Nano, I was like, you know, maybe I should look into the Nice Mini, because you can see the Nice Mini is a little smaller than the BB, and this might be more practical for like a short weekend trip where I don't want to bring a ton of toiletries, but I just, you know, want to have something nice and cute to bring along with me. But here, I didn't even show this to you guys. Okay, so I love that the handles go down completely flat. You have the Louis Vuitton Paris stamp at the top here. This pulls up. You have all the happy smiling faces at the top, on the sides. That's the back, and then on the bottom. And let's go ahead and open this up. And I love that the inside is the same beautiful Sakura baby pink. It has one slip pocket on the inside and the back. I don't know if I've looked at this in store. I really wish it had something here at the top, because you can even feel that there's a, you know, some space in between the canvas here at the top and then the leather lining. But I like that it's a nice, clean, wipeable leather. I do plan on, I already have the inserts on the way to me. I have some new inserts from Bag & Scents, and she very generously offered me a code to share with you guys. If you use my code Cindy10, I believe, you'll save 10% off of your organizer inserts. If you looked at my last multicolor videos, like all my bags have some kind of an insert in them. So you can use my link. I'll put it in the description, but that is the inside. Just a little smaller than the Nice BB, and maybe a little more practical for some trips, especially if I'm traveling by plane and I want to bring some stuff with me. But this is adorable. I know that some people also like to wear this as a purse. I don't like, it's hard for me to wear a train case, like a vanity case, as a purse. Maybe as a top handle I can, but if I try to add a shoulder strap to it, which there are little conversion kits, this one isn't really intended, it wasn't designed to have a shoulder strap. Normally that would have some kind of a D-ring where you can attach the straps, but there's ways where you can convert things. But if you wear this as a shoulder bag, for me, I just feel like it sticks out so much, the vanity train case style bag. And then also when you're opening it, I need both hands. Like even now, it's hard for me to open it with just one hand. You really need to set it down and make sure that everything lines up correctly, because it's a soft-sided piece, so it kind of squishes in while you're trying to zip it up and zip it open and close. So this would be a little tricky for me to wear as a purse, but you definitely can if you want. I've seen some people, even maybe with my new bandeau, either the pink one or the brown, you can wrap the top handle. So which one looks better? What do you guys think? This brown or the pink? I feel like the brown looks good with this. Also with this, I plan on protecting the leather at the top with Apple Guard. This one I did, so it's not as obvious, but then I think I got like an oil stain or something because I can see a little bit of a mark. But when you treat the vachetta leather with the Apple Guard, it can still patina. It doesn't prevent it from getting darker. It just helps to patina evenly without having like these stains that, you know, discolor. So I'll definitely be doing that, treating this with Apple Guard on the handle at the top, the piping along the top, and then the bottom. And hopefully I think this will look really pretty once the leather gets a little darker. It's a little too stark white for me for now, but so that is my new Nice Mini. Nice Mini in the Cherry Blossom retails for $15.30. And if you were to get this in the plain monogram right now, that retails currently for $1,200. So for just a few hundred more, you get these happy, smiling cherry blossom faces. And for the grand finale of this part 2 of my cherry blossom haul, I have a piece of luggage that I have here on the side. I'll try to insert the reel of me unboxing it because it's such a statement piece. But can you guess from the shape what this is? Okay, let me move back. This is something that I used to own, something from this category when I was an LV employee, and then I ended up selling it because I really didn't need it. And then, I don't know, once I just saw it available in this collection, I had the chance to purchase it and I just took it. It wasn't available when I first tried to order. It was completely sold out. And then my client advisor reached out and was like, hey, are you still interested in this? And I said, definitely, yes, I still am. And he was able to get it. So I will show it to you. I feel like you can already guess what this is, but I got the Cherry Blossom Horizon 55. Oh my gosh. When this arrived yesterday, I posted a sneak peek on my Instagram stories, and I feel like if you're familiar with the collection, you would have known what this was because it was a very large piece of the Cherry Blossom monogram canvas. It was very flat, and you could tell that it was like kind of hard, and I don't know what else, unless I got a hard trunk, which I wasn't going to get a hard trunk. Actually, I posted teasers also saying that this was the one that got away, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it. So, okay, let me just show it to you. So here is the Horizon 55. You have these two vachetta leather corners. This one is, this one says let's see, Louis Vuitton Paris on the corner. And then this one I think is just plain. You have the plain vachetta leather handle at the top. You have these four, I need to do like a whole, I'm just holding this up for the camera. You have these 4 spinner wheels that have the LV on the sides. And then what makes this so different, because, you know, I never considered the Horizon 55. I used to own the Pegasus 55 or whatever it was. Do you guys remember the Pegasus? I don't even know if they still make that, but it was so heavy and just so impractical. It had one pocket, like it had one zip pocket in the front. So this is more of a clamshell, almost like a hard-sided case. This doesn't have any pockets in the exterior. But what makes it so different is it has this very large frame handle. So you can see the, you know, hardware goes along the sides here. And it's great because then on the inside, instead of having the handle right here and then it kind of sticks out in the inside of the luggage and it, you know, leaves you less room, because these are on the sides, you have this entire interior inside to pack, you know, what you need. So initially I don't like, I mean, I still don't, but I don't know how else you would fix that. I usually would prefer for the handle to be in the middle, because then when you have like a personal item or another carry-on, you kind of slide the little back slip, you know, pocket over it. This is too wide to do that for most carry-on bags. But a way to kind of work around that is they do have, I think I don't think LV sells one, but maybe on Amazon, they might have these like bungee type straps that clip onto the top handle, and then it kind of just bungees around the carry-on bag, and then it clips onto the side. So that helps to prevent your bag from falling over. But here is the little plastic here. This also, I believe, is leather, right? So I had to protect that with Apple Guard also. This push button at the top to lock it and unlock. You have a TSA lock on the side with a combo. And the one thing that is kind of weird, I feel, with this is there's only one zipper. I don't know when was the last time I owned a luggage that only had one zipper, like instead of your typical double zip that goes all the way around. So let me just show you the inside. So I guess you kind of have to get used to it. So here is the inside. I love that the straps here on the left side are pink. And then on this side, you have this compartment that zips all the way around and then has another zip pocket. I'm doing a terrible job showing this to you right now, but I'm trying to hold this up. But yeah, I just love this. You have the LV Murakami little leather tag. And then that's pretty much it. But you can see how much room you have in here compared to other luggage where the handle would be in the way. So you have all of this room to pack with nothing sticking out except for the little wheel wells on the bottom. So, okay. I have some trips coming up. Guys, I plan on bringing this with me. I'm very excited. I finally have a piece of hard-sided kind of luggage to bring with me. I don't know that I'll be able to bring this on certain international flights. I'm flying Air Canada next month and they are really strict with luggage size. I don't think this will be approved by Air Canada, unfortunately, and I don't want to check it. All right, guys, my camera battery died again, but here is the luggage up close. And this is the star of this haul, the part 2 of my cherry blossom collection, and everything that I got in here. The beautiful Nice Mini, the Pochette accessory. By the way, these were the other little, there's a care booklet and then the luggage tag to go on the outside of the Horizon. And then we have both bandeaus, both scarves, and then the Horizon. So it's interesting because I'm used to flipping it the other way. The handle is actually over here. So it kind of opens up a little differently, but I just have to get used to it. Yeah, there it is. And all right, I'm very excited to pack this up. I already have a trip coming up that I plan on using this. And by the way, I do have other items that are still on the way. 2 of them have shipped and then 1 more is still pending. So I have to definitely get a part 3 of my multicolor and now part 3 of my cherry blossom collection. But that's everything that I got from the in-store cherry blossom drop. Let me know what you guys were able to order, if you were able to order anything. Again, this is different from the online early access launch. This in-store drop was a lot more successful for me, but I hope you guys enjoyed this cherry blossom haul. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.